All right, what we're going to be looking at is Portfolio 3. So you can find Portfolio 3 under Course Content, Portfolios, and Portfolio 3 is the third one down. By clicking on the blue text, it will pop up this spreadsheet or PDF document, excuse me. And underneath there, you'll find that it says create a spreadsheet that calculates the final grades that the grading system described on blank, which is right here. You can use the samples that there are in the template, which we will. Your sheet should use formulas to add up the number of points possible. Your score, your total score when entering individual scores for exams and homework, and your final percentage. And then we're going to experiment with your spreadsheet to find the effects of one unusual bad test score. We're not going to be venturing to find a template because we're going to build our own. All right, so we're going to take a look at that. So what we want to do is we want to go into here and we want to make sure that we type in what we find there. So exam 1, and then we want exam 2, exam 3, exam 4, and such. So there's a couple ways you can do that. You can type it all in if you want, or you can go ahead and select cell block, and on the corner you'll see where it says, well, it doesn't say anything, but that big fat plus sign turns into a skinny plus sign. You grab a hold of that corner and you just drag it, and this would automatically just generate exam 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it copies 1 and understands you want it to increment. So now I like it to be centered the way this is centered. So I'm going to select the entire document and I'm going to align it so it's centered both horizontally and vertically. That's what that means for alignment. And you could probably find that easier if you look at it this way. Okay, but I'm doing it this way. So now I want to type in homework here. So homework. And then I want to type in final exam. Total points. And overall percent. I don't like how the final exam is squished like that and the total points don't even show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the cell blocks and I'm going to expand it a little bit. By expanding one of them, it expands all of them. So I'll put it at 10.5. So it's a nice even number. Not even, but you know what I mean. Okay, it won't expand to that easily. So I'll just put it at 10.44. So now I want to go ahead and expand, or not expand, but I want to type in points possible here. I want to type in your scores here. I want to see possible points, so I'm going to expand that out just a little bit more. Put it perhaps at a 10 or 12, but it doesn't really matter. You can put it at 12.11. It doesn't make a difference. Now, I want to correct the borders. See how there's borders around here on the exam or on the example? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all this and I'm going to right click and say format these cell blocks. And then I'm going to select borders up on the top here. There's tabs. And then I'm going to click on all these like different areas of the borders. So that way I can get the borders to be all there. Now the borders are there. I'm going to do the same thing for these two because I want borders around them and only them. I don't want it at the top corner. So that's why I did the way I did it. So I'm now putting the borders. Don't put it on that one. Don't put that one. It seems like it wants me to click those, but it's not that I'm looking for. There actually is no other line, so I'm good to go. So now I got that done. I want to type in 100 through, and then 100, 100, 100, 100, 200, 200. So that's what I want to type in. So type in what's there, right? Now I have that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and expand this out. I've copied everything I needed to copy there. I need to go ahead and plug the numbers here. Before actually doing that, I want to capture the points. It says if you don't show up for the first exam, so you're taking a 0 for the first exam, and then you go ahead and get 82 possible points for everything else, then you would type in 82 for the rest of these. But the only problem is you do not want to put 82 here because homework is 200 points. So in order to score 200 points or 82% under 200 points, you want to realize that 200 points is double that of 100 points. Therefore, doubling 82 would mean 164. That's how you double that value system. So this one's also 164 because you're doubling the points. Now that I've done that, I need to go ahead and follow some of the other directives. I want us to calculate the sum of the total points. Now, you can sit there and add it and then put the total points, but that's not dynamic. We want it to be dynamic. So it means it'll change if we change something. So what I want to do is the equal sign, and I want to type in the word sum, all caps, S-U-M, sum. Open parenthesis, and then click on B2 and drag it to G2. That's like selecting those cell blocks you want to add and hit enter. Now that'll total up the points for that particular row. And then if you click on, like, see if you click anywhere else, right? If you click on that 800 block and you come to the bottom of it and you see a little plus sign and click on it and drag it down, it'll copy that formula that we just did, but automatically change it to B3 through G3, which is the row that we're looking for. That's kind of a neat structure about Excel. It understands what we're trying to do. Now, with percentages, as you know, we need to format percentages so that way it's in the proper format. So we're going to go ahead and change it to percentages and make it only to the whole decimal place. So it's going to be 0 decimal places. So whole number percentage. Now that we got that done, we're going to type in equals, and then we want to do H3 divided by H2. That's what we want for that cell block. And hit enter. And because we format it to be percentage, it automatically turns it into a 72%, which is what we realize, okay, that is a reasonable process, right? That's a C for this. That's a 0 on exam 1 and getting an 82% on the rest of it. So we're going to get a C. Now, the thing is we want to play with this. So what we want to do is select from A1 all the way through I3. And we want to go ahead and copy that. And then drop down 2 cell blocks to A6 and hit right click, paste. Now that allowed us to copy everything that we're seeing. And now hit escape so it stops. And now we can play with the numbers. It says right here under this parameter, let's go here. Under here, it says that what would happen to your final percentage if you scored 100% on the exam 1, then average 82% on the rest of the course. So we can see that what that unusual bad test score is doing to the rest of the score system. Look at that. That one bad score turns that what could potentially be a B into a C is what that unusually bad score does. Now, why you think I offer students the opportunity to take their final exam and replace it with their lowest performing test grade? So say you got like a 30% on this test, you'd be at a C, but if you got a B on your final, I could take that B and turn it into a B for this exam 1, and you can get a B in my course. So C turns into a B. That is a significant point of why we offer that opportunity of getting grade replacement. So that once you're done with that, then you're done with the final this portfolio 3. This portfolio 3 is pretty fast, all right, and straightforward. So you go ahead and save it with your last name, first and last name, and then portfolio 3. Once you're done saving it, okay, you go ahead and submit it. Now, how you submit it, again, this is just reiteration of what I've been doing for the first two. You come into here. Once you save it, I would save it on your desktop, all right? And I showed that in portfolio 1. So then you go ahead and save it, and then you browse the location, and you upload it, and then you submit. Okay, that's how you submit all your portfolios. And that concludes the portfolio 3.